Good morning, children. Welcome to 6th standard social class. Students, last class we have started the lesson resources. Today we are going to continue the same lesson resources. Under the classification of natural resources, we studied on the basis of origin we have studied. Now we are going to study on the basis of development. On the basis of development. Based on the level of development, resources can be divided into two. One is actual and potential resources. So, based on the level of development, resources can be divided into actual and potential resources. Actual resources or resources that are being used and the quantity available is known. That example, coal at Neyveli. This is coal is a actual resources. Next one, potential resources. Potential resources are resources that are not being used in the present and its quantity and location are not known. The technology to extract such resources is also yet to be developed. Example, marine yeast found in the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. So, marine yeast. Marine yeast is the one of the potential resources. Okay, it is present in the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. Okay. So, we have to know more about the marine yeast. Marine yeast have greater potential than the terrestrial yeast. So, terrestrial on the land, they have yeast also, but this marine yeast is very important, great potential. They can be used in baking, brewing, wine, bioethanol and pharmaceutical protein productions. For this, the marine yeast is used. Okay, next one, on the basis of accessibility. On the basis of renewability, resources can be classified as renewable resources and non-renewable resources. So, on the basis of renewability, the resources can be classified or divided into two. One is renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Okay. Next one, resources once consumed can be renewed with the passage of time are called renewable resources. Example, air, water, sunlight. Okay. Next one, natural resources which are limited can be called natural resources which are limited can be called non-renewable resources. They become exhausted after use and the time they take to replace does not match the life cycle. Does not match the life cycle. Example, coal, petroleum, natural gas and other minerals. Once this gets over means we cannot re-get. Okay, so that is called non-renewable resources. So this is Neyveli Lignite Corporation. Okay, next one, children. Next one, the resources which cannot renew themselves are either scarce or totally absent. So man is in search of new resources and is conducting several researches. He confirms that a substance is a resource only after research. He tries to harness it and also searches the regions where it may be found in. They are potential resources. Potential resources means, children, already they keep in particular things. So we have to use this. Okay. Next one, wind energy is one such example. For potential energy, or potential resources. Wind energy is one of the example. The place where the wind energy can be utilized are still unknown. So this is wind energy. Okay, next one. Next one, on the basis of distribution. On the basis of distribution. On the basis of distribution, resources can be classified into localized resources and universal resources. First, we can see localized resources. When resources are present in specific regions, they are called localized resources. Example, minerals. Okay, in a particular place, some resources is present, that is called localized resources. Second one, some resources are present everywhere. Such resources are called universal resources. Example, sunlight and air. Air is present in everywhere and sunlight is present and everywhere. So this is called universal resources. But minerals and all, they present in particular place, that is called localized resources. Okay, next one, on the basis of ownership. On the basis of ownership. Based on ownership, resources can be classified into individual resources, community owned resources, national resources and international resources. Okay, for individual resources, children, for example, apartments or house also we can say, because it's a individual persons, they keep for them house and all, land and all, that is individual resources. Next one, community owned resources. Community owned resources are resources which can be utilized by all the members of the community. For example, public parks, beaches. Okay, these are all community owned resources. Okay, next one, national resources. National resources are resources within the political boundaries and oceanic area of a country. Example, tropical forest regions of India. So that is national resources. Next one, international resources. International resources are all oceanic resources found in the open ocean. Resources found in this region can be utilized only after an international agreement. So ambergris is one of the precious metals, not metals, precious things present under the oceans. So if they get the international agreement only, people can get this one. Okay, that is ambergris. This is called international resources. Okay, tropical rainforest are called the world's largest pharmacy, as 25% of the natural vegetation or medicinal plants. Example, cinchona. Okay, next one, children, ambergris. We have to know the ambergris. Ambergris is an extract from the sperm whale. From the sperm of the whale, we get the extract, a pound 0.454 kilogram of sweet smell ambergris. Sweet smell, this is sperm of whale, no? This is sweet smelling, is worth US dollar. Okay, 63,000 and used in perfume industries. Why this ambergris is very precious, children? Because it is used for perfume industry. So the extract of the sperm of whale is very precious. Okay, next one. This is ambergris, children. This is ambergris. Next one, man-made resources. Already we can, man-made or synthetic is a things. Natural resources are modified or processed by technology into man-made resources. Example, sugar cane processed to get sugar All structures built by man can also be called man-made resources. Example, bridges. So peoples, laborers, they make the bridges, house, roads, everything. So that is man-made resources. Okay. Next one, human resources. Next one, human resources are groups of individuals who use nature to create more resources. Though human beings are basically natural resources, we classify human beings separately. Education, health knowledge, and skill have made them a valuable resource. So each individual have different resources. Okay. For example, doctors, teachers, scientists. Okay, next one. Tertiary activities are basically concerned with the distribution of primary and secondary products through a system of transport and trade. Example, banking, trade and communication. The quantity and quality of institutions and organizations involved in making the professionals decide the human resource of a country. So this is the human resources. Okay, next one, children. Gandhian thought on resources. What Gandhiji said about resources? There is enough for everybody's need and not for anybody's greed. Mahatma Gandhi blamed human beings for depletion of resources because of, there are 2 points. Mahatma Gandhi said over exploitation of resources, unlimited needs of human beings. So conservation is very important. People, they want to save the resources for another generation. This is the meaning of this one. Okay. Next one, resources planning and management. Resource planning is a technique or skill of proper utilization of resources. Resource planning is necessary because resources are limited. Their planning is quite necessary so that we can use them properly, and at the same time we can save them for our future generation. Next one, children, conservation of resources. Careful use of resources is called conservation of resources. If we use one thing, one things, no, so very carefully we can use. So the remaining we have to keep it for another generation. That is called conservation of resources. Resources are being used at a very fast rate due to the rapid increase in population. So natural resources are depleting fast. Wisely using resources can control the depleting ratios. Okay. Next one, children. Next one, sustainable development. What is sustainable development means? If the present needs of resources are met and the conserving of resources for the future are balanced, we call it sustainable development. Sustainable development means, children, we have to keep things for next generation or for future generation. That is called sustainable development. Sustainable development can take place when there are points are given below. We can see the reasons of depletion are identified, wastage and excess consumption is prevented, reusable resources are recycled, pollution is prevented, environment is protected, natural vegetation and wildlife are preserved, alternative resources are used. The easiest way to conserve resources is to follow 3 R's. That is reduce, reuse and recycle. Reuse, reduce and recycle. That is 3 R's. Okay. So there are some recaps are given, children. We have to read it. Anything that fulfills human needs can be called a resource. Resources provided directly by nature or natural resources. All living things are biotic resources. All non-living things are abiotic resources. Collection of resources directly from nature is called primary activities. Actual resources are being used at present. Potential resources are not utilized at present. After consumption, resources can be renewed with the period of time is called renewable resources. Non-renewable resources are resources that have limited stock. Okay, children, thank you.